Good morning, my lovely peaches. So late last night, I had a few more thoughts about Britney in my Britney Spears theories, and I wanted to add those. So I'm going to read my notes super quick, and then I'll talk about it. So, going through some of her old posts and stuff, I remembered that she often would post these posts of trying on a bunch of different outfits. Okay, so going through various clothes, maybe they've got lots of footage, and then there's different outfits, and then maybe they've got lots of audio clips. Maybe her captions were cryptic at first, but now the conservatorship people are trying to recreate that, trying to copy it or emulate it. Maybe they're running app trafficking through that. Then I had two other thoughts. One was King Kylie. So I was writing this down. Trafficking. And then I thought, King Kylie. Trafficking Kylie. And then I read an article about Selena today that just blew my fucking mind. So this is obviously going to be in multiple parts, but I want to talk about Britney's posts where she goes through many outfits in one, maybe audio clips. So follow part 2 coming. Okay, so Britney's outfit posts. It occurred to me that maybe when she did those posts so many times where she would change her outfits a bunch of times, maybe that was, yes, just showing cute outfits. People love to do that. I love to watch that. But maybe it was also a way for her handlers to gather a lot of content of her in different outfits so that they could later regurgitate it out and try to make it look new. That's one thought. Then there was the thought about the audio clips that are on some of these videos recently where you don't really see her and it looks like the voice is disembodied or something, or it's just laid on top. Again, maybe that's just a bunch of audio clips that they splice together. So that is really just going towards my theory that she's not being filmed currently, which can really be either they have her held against her will and she's not cooperating, and or they are drugging her so that she can't cooperate even if she wanted to, or that she did somehow escape. I hope and pray she's got friends with money, with cars, with a house, something remote, transportation. So that's just possible evidence towards either of those theories. Then there's the captions. I think that maybe Britney Spears really was in charge of her account at some point, and she really was writing long captions. I think that there's a possibility her captions are cryptic and that there's messages and emojis that mean things, and all of that could be true. It's possible it's still happening, although personally I feel like it's a lot less likely that she's still actually posting even captions. I feel like either, like I said, she's not with them so she can't, or they are controlling her and the captions might be trying to, recreate what her captions were like to make it seem as if she's still just going off the craziest thing. And, or maybe they really are cryptic and they're messages for trafficking. I really do believe there's a lot of trafficking going on. Then, King Kylie, I've thought, oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cool? And I have no actual anything to back up what I said about trafficking Kylie. That was just like a thing as I was writing it, and I was like, oh shit. Then the article about Selena this morning that blew my fucking mind, because it talked all about her mental health and how her team has to do all this stuff to bend over backwards basically for her. So the Selena Gomez article about her mental health and all the things that her team has to do for her. And I was reading the article, and on one hand, I'm feeling like, well, I guess it's a good thing that they care about her mental health and that they have all these steps to guard her mental health. And that's a great thing. But then at the same time, I'm seething reading this article because Britney Spears is not being treated in any way, has not, and never was being treated like, oh, maybe she's got mental health issues. Our team has to cater to that and to learn about that and to do all this stuff. And I just feel that when they want to promote, when whoever the agents are who want to promote someone, if that person has mental health issues, then it's, oh, we're taking these steps to deal with it and this and this and this. But then if they feel that the actor or the singer or whatever, the celebrity is going to talk shit about the system or tell the truth, then it's a smear campaign. It's this person is mentally ill. It's this person is unstable. This person is psychosis, having a breakdown, And it's so disingenuous when a person was abused, manipulated, used, pushed beyond any reasonable human level, and then that caused them to have issues, and then you want to turn around and twist that against them. Recap, I feel that Britney Spears was originally writing long captions that were descriptive and probably having some kind of cryptic messages in there, and that most likely right now the captions are being written by some kind of team that's trying to copy that, and also probably sending trafficking messages and or at the same time trying to make her look crazy. Or if there's a miracle that she is the one posting, then I do believe that there are cryptic captions that she's trying to get out messages. I heard her testify and I believe her. Really believe that whatever mental health issues that she suffers from or deals with came from the years of how she was abused, and that basically it's not mental health issues as much as it's trauma that needs to be dealt with, just like I experience and many of us experience. But in general, I believe that mental illness is actually really heart illness, which is painful experiences that we need to heal from, and villainizing that in a person is despicable. That's why I was so shocked and disgusted to read this article where Selena is being talked about in all these amazing ways with her mental health issues that are very real, but Britney shunned and shamed for having. It's the shunning and the shaming and the humiliating and the manipulating and the twisting of the narrative for their own financial gain and their own control in the Britney Spears conservatorship that I find to be truly despicable and actually criminal. And then the contrast where you've got Selena Gomez, who talks about being bipolar and having, actually diagnosed mental health issues, but yet at the same time she's being coddled and protected and spoken about in all these amazing ways. And this article where her team is saying all this stuff about all the things that they do for her to bend over backwards to care about her. And it's grossing me out that, first of all, that mental health is being used as some type of marketing tool in the first place, and that, the good girl who's doing what she's supposed to do is being uplifted and raised on a pedestal, and then the supposed bad girl who's like, fuck this, I'm telling the truth, I want those motherfuckers in jail, and I want everybody to hear what they did to me. I fucking heard her say that, and now she's absent, she's missing in action, she's supposedly being painted as crazy, and I find that to be despicable, and I wish people could see through it instead of just swallowing the fucking pill. The media and the gossip mags have always been manipulative, and there's always people who just believe whatever the fuck info they're fed. And then there's people like me who do deep dives, who analyze, who are critical thinkers, and who say, hey, this is bullshit. So I'm glad that Selena Gomez is getting helped and people are being considerate of her, and that's great. Everyone should have that to some degree. And then Britney Spears is being dragged through the mud, a reputation ripped apart. She's being shit talked. Whether she's posting naked stuff on her own or it's being used for X trafficking or to make her look crazy and ex trafficking. I think that it's like you can do multiple bad things at once. You can make money off of trafficking while you're also shit talking somebody, while you're also getting money. And, you know, like there's multiple fucking levels to the evil and the corruption, the web of corruption. And I advocate for mental health, but I also think it's disgusting and gross that the celebrity world and these conservators will manipulate the system for their favor. It's the stepping on this person's back and then their shoulders and then stepping on their neck and their head and their face to get up ahead. It's the cutthroat nature of we will raise you up and literally put you on a pedestal and make you a star, but then when we're done with you or you're not towing the line or someone else better came, they are going to climb up on your fucking back and your shoulders and your neck and fucking crush you. So how can somebody have healthy mental states when you're in this industry where you're constantly climbing on top of someone else to get ahead and then they're clawing and climbing up on you? And Britney seemed to have too many vultures around her, starting with her parents and then the agents who really wanted to squeeze every penny out of her. So I guess if you have a strong team around you, you can get out unscathed, or you can manage to be in the industry and maintain your mental health. But if you get trapped in something with people who've got deep claws and deeper pockets, then they can use the system to literally make you mentally ill. And I think it's very sad and horrible. I knew on edit I would think of something else. Of course, there's nepotism. If you are a nepotism baby in Hollywood, then you're probably a lot more protected. Of course, that is if you follow along with the line. You know, look at the Kardashians. There's all the people who follow a line and they're rich and they're successful and they're pushed out there. And then there's a particular someone who doesn't seem to follow the line as much, who doesn't fit in for whatever reason, and that particular family member, Rob, is not quite as successful and promoted, and maybe that's his choice. Of course, you get to make a choice, but I'm saying it's like, how can you really get ahead? And it seems like you've got to be in the protected group, or, you know, you somehow you don't care. I'm sure there's celebrities who are successful and wealthy and they're not Nepo babies and they don't toe the line and somehow they manage. But it seems like more often than not, there's people trying to fight against, like Prince and Michael Jackson. And I don't know how many there are, but, you know, on edit in this video, I just needed to add in, I'm making a bigger, longer video on YouTube. So that's another way you can get ahead, I guess, in Hollywood in these industries, is you're protected. If you've been following me for a while, you may notice that my content is kind of changing. I'm changing the way I'm going about making videos a little bit. I'm still going to do long form videos. I'm still doing that, but I'm having a lot of fun here on Instagram with these filters, you know, my makeup filters, and then all the different sparkles and all that stuff. So I am also uploading videos on TikTok, where you can find me at LoveLivingPeach. I have 2 YouTube channels. Actually, I have 3 YouTube channels. I've got LoveLivingPeach, LoveDreamingPeach, and then I've got Lovely8Peach. And you can find me on Patreon at LoveLivingPeach, and on Instagram also at LoveDreamingPeach. So I've just been enjoying making these videos. I like the format because it's kind of like pre-edited for me, so I can make a bunch of clips sharing thoughts and then splice it together and make one long YouTube video, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining me here. You can join me on Instagram and on TikTok and Patreon. And I'm also on Twitter, actually, LoveLivingPeach as well. So thank you for listening, and I'll be making more videos as usual. I hope you're having a great Christmas.